All right, all right. Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to check out one of my favorite beat 'em ups and something that's going to be coming to the Evercade soon. We're going to check out some gameplay of Crude BUSTER. A 1990 Data East game, comes as one of the stock included games on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. Pretty cool game if you haven't checked it out before. This organization is called Big Valley, and their soldiers are armed with the most advanced and bizarre weapons. Now the government has requested 2 men enter the ruins secretly and defeat Big Valley. These 2 men will be paid well for the job. These warriors' names. Crude BUSTER. There's the logo, Crude BUSTER, Data East 1990. Let's get started. Booyah! Game is also known as Two Crude. Was released in Asia as Crude BUSTER. The beat 'em up arcade game came out in 1990 and was intended to be a follow-up sequel to Bad Dudes vs. Dragon Ninja, which was released 2 years earlier in 1988. The game only received 1 port to the Mega Drive Genesis in 1992. The game typically appears as Crude BUSTER or Two Crude Dudes. Definitely has a cyberpunk Road Warrior kind of feel. Setup was in the game. The players control one of 2 mercenaries hired by the American government to stop a terrorist organization, Big Valley. The objective is to retake control of a ruined New York City on Big Valley after a nuclear explosion that the group caused. That's right. This is kind of a cult classic here. I like the destroyed Statue of Liberty in the background. Reminds me of Escape from New York. The Japanese version has them drinking Budweiser beer instead of Power Cola. Playing the USA ROM. One of the cool things with this beat 'em up is there's just a ton of stuff you can pick up and either use as weapons. You can throw the cars. There's all kind of stuff you can pick up and grab. The player character model in this is a little bit bigger. And then if you look at Bad Dudes, they kind of made the actual characters bigger. Gonna give him some rocks. And what Data East game would not be complete without dogs? In this case, they're robot attack dogs. They seem to always show up in these Data East games. Look at the weather effect in the background. Pretty awesome. Lots of ways to play this. This will be included in the next Evercade cartridge, the Data East Arcade 2. Plays excellent on the AtGames Legends Ultimate. Also plays really good on the iiRcade. If you're watching on Restream, did you ever see this game out in the wild? Did you ever see BUSTER? This is one I didn't discover until I discovered MAME. Started going through all the awesome games in MAME, and then I discovered, of course, what a pretty fun beat 'em up. Definitely worth checking out if you've never played it before. And this is definitely captured into that 90s time frame where they try to make everything extreme. I like the comic book bubbles. Check out this crazy boss with the sickle hands. Give him a sign, the signpost of love. Myself on the screen here. There I am.
Pump it up. Stay cool.
Pump it up and stay cool. Let me get some more power, Cola. Welcome to the stream. Guzzle that power, Cola.
Let's fight.
Let's fight. Definitely, its main characters are some muscle-bound dudes. They have the ability to pick up objects well beyond their own weight. You can pick up a car and throw it in this game. Pretty cool. You can rip traffic lights out of the ground to use as weapons. And they definitely wanted to have a lot of pick up and throw kind of things, or swing, which keeps the game interesting. These games are notorious quarter eaters. Lose your life when your health bar hits 0, like all these beat 'em up games. Game has a bunch of voice samples for the characters. The players' names are Ruth and Sid. I did not know that. Interesting. Like the comic bubbles. You have like the Minotaur boss. Look at him with his horns. This game is extreme. 1990 release date. I like the wind effect in the trees. Pretty cool. Welcome to the stream if you're just joining. Oh, yeah.
Pump it up.
Flexing it. Time to get some more Power Cola.
Let's fight.
These are a total of 6 levels in this
Jingle
game.
Jingle bells. Catch.
Oh, this is my favorite part. You heard him say jingle bells, jingle bells. We're going to see a crazy Santa Claus. Throws out syringes. I'm not kidding. This is the Santa Claus level. Snowing. Mechanical dogs. I always have those dogs in these batting screens. They always have them. I don't know why. Every single one of them seems to have the dog. Crude Busters, baby. That's right, Carl. Little late night game for the stream. Classic Daddy's game. 1990s. Never looked so good.
Eat this. Catch.
Yeah, don't worry. I won't edit the screenplay footage. Hey, great game. It's an included game on pretty much any AtGames product. Definitely a beat 'em up that doesn't get the love it deserves. Pretty fun. And here comes the Psycho Santa throwing out syringes. I mean, how cool is that? The only other game I can think of that has a crazy Santa Claus is Boogie Wings. But look at that crazy Santa throwing out them hypodermic needles. Absolutely insane. Only in the 90s. Got the roll move. That's your one of your defensive moves. These games are never about defense. It's all about offense. Definitely a product of the 1990s. The way he grabs that signpost. Drop kick, comic book bubbles. Game was ported to the Genesis Mega Drive, but it did not have as much detail. If you see gameplay footage, it wasn't quite as detailed as the arcade version. This is the arcade version you're looking at, the US version. Definitely a shout out to Sabretooth, who would have been super popular in comic books. The time when this came out, the X-Men, the Uncanny X-Men, were running a lot of stories with Wolverine versus Sabretooth. I feel like this is definitely a Sabretooth ripoff, which, you know, Data East, they love to do that. There's lots of shout outs to pop culture, things that were happening in comic books and other video games at the time. You know, imitation sometimes is a form of flattery, and Data East definitely, they saw something in a game they liked, they weren't afraid to take it, and they certainly did. So there you go, there was a Sabretooth boss. That's right, Evercadians is here. Evercade's going to be getting this gem on their, probably in November, in the Data East Arcade Cartridge 2. We can enjoy this today on our AtGames Legends Ultimate Arcades. Pretty much in most versions of MAME, you can find this game. Hey Ray, good to see you. Playing some Crude Buster. Playing the USA version. Yeah, man, you got a whoop now. Gonna whoop him. Hate these flamethrower guys. Beat 'em Up was released in 1990. It's definitely a product of its time. Everything in comic books in the 1990s was extreme, and this game definitely has that extreme vibe. The game was an intended sequel to Double Dragon. I mean, to Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja. Was originally developed as a sequel. Kind of set in a almost like a cyberpunk future in a destroyed New York City. Welcome to stream, Ray. Good to see you. Yeah, I love these old school retro games. These are the best ones. It's one of those beat 'em ups that never ever gets mentioned in any list, but it's actually pretty fun. Well, since 1990 was a good year and a bad year. He won in the Air Force, and then the Reds won the World Series. And Carlson and Heidi. I like this. This boss is kind of reminding me of the Terminator. First you fight him, he tries to come his head at you, but all you gotta do that. I punched the head out of the air. That was pretty cool.
You're not so tough.
You're not so tough. I don't know if Ray got to see the Psycho Santa, but he was pretty crazy. There's a Psycho Santa that comes in on this level. Bunch of little blue dudes. These guys are super pumped up. The big bulging muscles. I'm gonna roll my way to the next boss area. Of course, we have more dogs, which is a staple of Data Eats games. I think every Data Eats game, you must have attack and guard dogs. It's just required. I don't know. It's a part of their thing. They always are in these games. We break down the wall. Now this boss is crazy. He gets me once good before I figure out what to do. I'm like, what's going on here? There's a boss at the top, like a spider boss. Hey, Bagman 2001 says Data East were always so colorful, loud, and weird. There's not one quite like them. Yeah, I really do love these Data East beat 'em ups like Sly Spy, Bad Dudes, Crude Buster. These are some pretty cool games, and if you're into arcade games, you should definitely check them out. People tend to get very obsessed with the Capcom beat 'em ups, which are great, but Data East had some pretty good beat 'em ups. Yeah, you pick them up and throwing them, doing some wrestling moves. Rolling in under those fireballs. Roll in, roll in.
Bump it up. Stay cool.
I don't know. Probably most likely. Most likely, right? Power Cola in the USA version. You want to see the Japanese version actually has Budweiser as the in that section. It's pretty funny. Yeah, they did change a few things when they brought it to the Genesis. Of course, the Santa Claus, they altered him some. He's not in this game. He throws syringes at you. I think they changed it to something else in the home port. The Genesis. When you're playing the arcade game, you're getting the real deal. On our way up. Like that, it's the biggest. This part was easy. Look at the two towers, the World Trade Center in the background. Hard to believe how the world's changed since this game was made. Of course, it's supposed to be taking place in a Armageddon of New York City. Got some more Snake Men. Definitely has an Alice Cooper look on that face. Kind of a combination of a wrestler and Alice Cooper. Let's go. We're doing what a lot of beat 'em ups in this time period would do, which is they force you to go back through and fight all the bosses one more time. Got to get all those quarters. spot. Hey, it looks like New York City now. I don't know about that. I hope not. Yeah, I love this game. This is a good one. I love beat 'em ups in general. This is a very good one. And then but my favorite, I think, of all time is Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Is that Capcom beat 'em up based on a Saturday morning cartoon show that really never got popular. It was a pretty cool show. But that one is really good. If you ever get a chance to check it out, it's kind of a deep cut, but it's called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs. Check that beat 'em up out. It's pretty good. But I've always been a fan of these since the very first Double Dragon. I like Combat Tribes a lot. Once again, here's the boss. It looks like Sabretooth from the X-Men. Captain America and the Avengers is a great beat 'em up. Love that game. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons and Golden Axe. Those are all S tier ones. Beat 'em ups. I agree. Oops. Here comes the doctor. Brian. Take that, puny doctor. Hulk smash. Uh-oh, what happened? This is the time that you spend your entire allowance to finish the game. These bosses are just full of cheap shots. 64th Street is a good one, yeah. Combat Tribes. Yeah, I love Combat Tribes. To me, Combat Tribes really is the true sequel to Double Dragon. I don't even consider Double Dragon 2 or 3 to be true sequels. I think Combat Tribes is in my opinion, was the game that felt the most like a real sequel to Double Dragon, the original. Oh yeah, Sega's Die Hard Arcade is great. I like that one.
What a game.
Used to play a version of that came to the Dreamcast. I think I even have a stream of it. It's called Dynamite Cop. Simpsons. Good list, Carl. Definitely all. Those are all my top. Those are all tops for me too. Love me some Sega's Golden Axe though too. That's a good beat 'em up from Sega. I think they had a few good beat 'em ups. They had Golden Axe. Of course, later they had Spider-Man, the video game. It's pretty good. You play Spider-Man, or Black Cat, or I think Hawkeye. There's 3 different characters you could play. Doctor, tough as you are, I wish went too fast. Crude Buster, no kidding. Get out of our sights. We've made it. Got a big prize. Yeah, it was a bit hard though. Get out of here and have a drink, pal, okay? Thanks to Crude Buster, New York is saved out of the evil hands of Big Valley. Crude Buster, born to fight not always the crude of justice. This game has some English problems. Oh yeah, Submariner. That was the other character. Sure, that's a good one. Thanks for joining me for my gameplay. Everyone have a good evening.